Hi everyone, Jessica here. Today I'm going to bring you something that I like to call flex and flow. So it's a little bit different than my traditional style. I'm going to give you an option to use weights for the first portion of the class, and then the second portion of the class we're going to do some cardio to get the heart rate up, and then we'll stretch. We're going to go ahead and get started on all fours. If you have weights, feel free to use them, feel free to drop them, feel free to omit them completely. If you don't have weights, you can get creative, maybe use canned items, if you have water jugs, anything like that. Or like I said, you don't have to use weights at all. So we are gonna get started off on all fours, just starting to stretch it out. Knees are coming underneath the hips, wrists are below the shoulders. We'll start with our simple cat-cow. So on the inhale, belly starts to drop, chest lift. Skates can lift towards the sky or stay down towards the earth. Exhale, hug the navel in, press the spine towards the sky as you round, eventually pull chin towards the chest. And then just take 2 more rounds like this. Finding some fluid movement, starting to connect to our breath. And then bring it back to a neutral spine. We're going to take the left palm, flip it to face the sky so the fingertips are facing towards the knee. And you can stay here, you can move back through your cat-cow. One more round here. Finding your neutral spine, flip the left palm to face the mat and just switch sides. Right palm faces towards the sky, fingertips are facing towards the right knee, slight bend through the right elbow. As you inhale, slowly start to drop the belly, arch the spine. Exhale to round. Last one. Back to neutral, right palm finds the earth. Tuck the toes, lift into your downward facing dog. Once you find your down dog, find the movement that feels good for the body today. Start to pedal to the feet, bending and extending through the legs. Just starting to warm up the shoulders, lengthen down the backs of the legs. And just finding stillness. Shifting forward, finding plank. Dropping the knees down to the mat, just finding our caterpillar pose. Tops of the feet lower, hips will stay where they are, chin and chest lower, elbows hugging towards the ribs. Slowly drop the hips, press in through the tops of the feet and the palms, roll the shoulders up and back. Gaze can lift or stay down. Exhale, release. Press it up through table, toes tucked, lift the hips, down dog. Lift the heels high and then start to tiptoe the feet all the way to the top of the mat. We'll get started there with the weights. So the feet are hip distance, take an inhale, find your flat back, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, staying in your forward fold, just relaxing the neck, letting the head fall heavy. Palms can stay facing the sky, elbows can bend to catch opposite elbows. Fingers can interlace at the low back, knuckles can press towards the sky. Shoulders can stay still, you can find that pendulum swing. Feel free to take a few squats here as well, taking the hips towards the heels. Warming up again how you need to. And then finding stillness, making sure you're even if you did something to one side. And then we're gonna roll it up slowly. So send the weight back into the heels. Tuck the tailbone, chin to chest, and slowly start to lift. Once the chest lifts, roll the shoulders up, back and down, away from the ears, standing tall. And here's your option to use the weights. Like I said, you do not have to use the weights. You can skip the weights. We're gonna start off with a flow with the weights. So we're gonna take 8 sets of each, and we're gonna start off with a front-loaded squat. I'm gonna show you each one of the movements first, and then we're gonna bring them all together as one. So with your front-loaded squat, the wrists are facing towards the shoulders, the elbows are gonna start bent, feet are gonna come hip distance, maybe slightly wider, toes can be in line with the heels or they can be slightly out. This is dependent on your body, your needs. So to find what works, I want you to sit down into a squat and then adjust what you need to here. So the wrists are staying close to the shoulders, weight is back in the heels, and then we're gonna lift it up to squeeze the glutes and the quad. So that's it, just a front-loaded squat, so that's option 1. And then our next move is gonna move into an upright row. We're gonna flip the wrists to face towards the shoulders, drop the hands down so the weights are in front of the thighs. We're gonna slowly bend the elbows up towards the sky, elbows come up, wrists are coming towards the chin, and then you're gonna slowly drop it back down. Good, so this is our upright row. Next move, we're gonna move into a press. So we'll flip the palms to face forward. Elbows are still staying bent. And then as you inhale, you're pressing the weights up towards the sky. Good, so from here, arms will stay extended, palms will flip in to face one another, and then we'll slowly drop the hands down shoulder height. Next move, the weights will come together. You may need to pause for a moment to cross the weights. I want you holding both weights with both hands if you have the weights. From here, we're gonna take a tricep extension. So as the elbows bend, the weights drop back, and then you're pressing the weights straight up, squeezing the triceps, making sure that the elbows do not come wider than the shoulders when you're doing this. And then we're gonna unwind all of that. So we're gonna start off at the top of the mat with the weights in the hand. Again, make sure your feet are adjusted to where you're going to be in your front squat. So the toes can be in line with the heels, toes can be slightly out, feet can be hip distance or shoulder distance. Elbows are gonna bend, wrists are up towards the shoulders, shoulders are relaxed, the core stays engaged through all of these movements. So take a deep breath in, we're going for 8. On the exhale, sink the hips down, weight into the heels, inhale, lift, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, take it down. Press through the heels, that's 2. Keep drawing the navel in, keeping the weights towards the shoulders if you have them. 3 more. Last one. Once you come to stand, drop the hands down, wrists are facing the thighs. We're gonna inhale, pull the weights up towards the chin, elbows wide. Exhale, drop it down, that's 1. Good, again, you can omit the weights. 4 more. Keep relaxed through the shoulders. Keep hugging the navel in. Last 2. Good, once the arms release, pull the weights back up towards the shoulders, flip the palms forward, and then you're inhaling to press, exhaling to bend. Good, inhale it up, exhale down. If you have a mirror, maybe use it. Trying to keep the shoulders at a 90-degree bend as you lower down, that's 4. Last 3, 2, 1. Good, keep the arms extended, turn the palms to face in. This is the fun part. We're gonna drop the wrists out shoulder height, bring them back up, shoulder distance. So inhale to lower, exhale to lift. You can take it to a lower weight if you need to. You can drop the weights. You can take breaks. You can skip this. Just try to find a challenge today. 4 more. Keep the lower body engaged. Last 2. Squeeze the quads, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the core. Keep the chest lifted. Last 1. Good, once the arms come overhead, take a moment, cross the weights. You want to hold both weights with both hands. Protect the body here. Arms come overhead, elbows are staying shoulder distance. We're going to bend. As you extend, squeeze through the triceps. Lower down, press it back up. Good, that's 3. Keep going, last 2. Starting to feel the shoulders, last 1. Once the arms are overhead, carefully separate the weights. Hands are coming back shoulder distance, palms are facing in. Unwinding, lower down. Hands come down shoulder height, palms face up. Exhale, press it back up. Inhale, lower. Good, exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. 5 more. Last 4. Good, stay strong for 3, 2, 1. Once the arms come overhead, you're gonna flip the palms to face forward back to our press. So inhale down, find that 90-degree bend, exhale, press it back up. Inhale down, exhale up, almost done, inhale. Exhale, press. Inhale, bring it down. Exhale, lift it up, last 3. Last 1. Good, bend the elbows, flip the palms to face towards the shoulders, elbows are up. You're gonna inhale to lower, palms are facing in towards the thighs. Exhale, pull the shoulders up. Slowly inhale down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, squeeze. Last 3. Last 2. Final 1. Good. Once the wrists come up, you're going to flip the palms to face towards the body. Hug the elbows in towards the ribs, back into our front loaded squat. Take your inhale, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips. Inhale, lift and squeeze. Exhale, bend and sink. That's 2. Keep the breath here. Last 4. Chest stays lifted. Last 1. Good. Squeeze through the glutes. Drop the weights down beside the hips. We're going to stick with the weights here. Weight is shifting first into the right foot. So watch me for this first round. We're going to take a balanced bicep curl. So the left knee is pulling in. You can flex the foot or point the toes. This is your choice. We're taking a hammer curl here. So when you pull the weights in, the thumbs are facing towards the shoulders rather than the wrists facing towards the shoulders. Again, so we're taking a hammer curl with the arms. Weight is in the right foot, left knee is bent and in towards the chest. So when you're ready, you're going to inhale, pull the thumbs in towards the shoulders. And then from here, as the arms extend, the arms stay exactly like this. You're hinging forward, thinking warrior 3 here. So we're taking a one-legged deadlift. Knuckles are down towards the earth. Chest stays lifted. Slowly rise back up. Once the left knee comes in, rebend the elbows. So take your time to get situated. Right foot is grounded. Left knee is in. Again, option to drop the weights. We're going to inhale, curl. Exhale, lower. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, lift. Good, that's 1. Inhale, curl. Exhale, drop. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. You take this as slowly as you need to. If you lose the balance, take your time to reconnect to it. Focusing on the quality of the movement. Good, finding a solid base through that right foot. Last 4. Making sure the right toes are spread. And then finding what works best for this left foot as you send it back. You can flex the foot, you can point the toes. Last 2. Always keeping the navel hugging in towards the spine. That will always help us with our balance. Last 1. As you hinge forward, step the left toes all the way back and then turn into a wide-legged stance. So adjust the feet here. I want the feet slightly wider than the hips. So think shoulder distance. Toes can be out, toes can be in. We're not going to do any movement with the knees here for this first set. Good, so the weights are still outside of the hips. You're going to keep the wrists facing in towards the thighs. And then we're going to drop the right hand down towards the right knee and then bring it back up. So from here, we're moving into a lateral raise. For your lateral raise, the arms are coming out shoulder height. Weights will slowly drop back down. So we're just going to be moving it from side to side, working the shoulders and the obliques. So getting set up, grounding through the feet, always relaxing the shoulders, squeezing through the core. Slowly drop the right weight down, bring it back up, shoulders are level. Lift the arms up, slowly drop back down, slowly drop the left weight, back to center, that's 1. Take it over to the right, finding that lateral raise in between each set. Good, going from side to side, that's 2. Grounding through the feet, lifting through the chest, that was 3. Four more. Just trying not to flail the arms around. So find some movement, having some control over the way the body moves. Working the obliques, working the shoulders. Last 2. Final set. Good, once the hands come back down, we're gonna walk up to the top of the mat, coming back into that balanced bicep curl, shifting the weight into the left foot. So again, find the base on the left foot, spread the toes, pull the right knee up, wrists are staying facing in towards the thighs. So we're gonna inhale, bend the elbows, thumbs towards the shoulders. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, hinge forward, slowly lower the knuckles down towards the weight, towards the shin, and then slowly lift it back up. Good, inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, bring it back up. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Inhale, hinge. Exhale, back up to stand. Good, that's 3. 4. Again, if you need to take a break, towel off. Reconnect to the balance. Last 3. Final 2. Working to stabilize your muscles through that left leg. Last 1. When you step it back, you're gonna set up for that wide-legged stance. I'm gonna flip to face you so that you can see what I'm doing. This time we're only using one weight, so just set one of the weights off to the side, and then we're gonna hold the weight in both hands. So for the first one, I'm gonna hinge towards you. We're gonna drop it down into a squat. So when you find your squat, knees are over the ankles, knees are tracking over the toes, dumbbell is dropping down towards the earth. You're gonna lift it back up. Once you lift, you're gonna turn towards the right, pivoting onto the left toes. So watch my left heel lift, reaching the dumbbell up and overhead. You're gonna come back to center. Once the left heel grounds and the dumbbell is towards the hips, you're squatting back down. So you're gonna lift, pivot, back to center, squat. Good, so find the center of your mat. This time you're gonna need to adjust the feet. So make sure that when the knees bend, they're tracking where they need to track. Make sure the heels are pressing down to the mat, weight or no weight. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink the hips. Good, inhale, lift, pivot to the right. Bring it back to center, squat it down. Inhale, left. Inhale, right. Left, that's 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Once you come back to center, we're gonna switch it up. This time you're gonna sink the hips, bend the knees, drop the weight. As the hips lift and the quads engage, you're gonna bend the elbows so you find a curl, press the weight towards the sky. Good, so bring the elbows back in, drop the weight towards the thighs, sink the hips. Lift, bend, press, drop, extend, bend, lift. So when you're ready, we'll go for 8. 7. 6. Moving with your breath. Last 5. Squeeze the glutes at the top for 4. When the knees bend, the weight is back in the heels. Last 3. Final 2. Last 1. Good, once you find the press, just drop the weight off to the side. We're gonna come down onto our hips, finding a seat, working the core for a few minutes, and then we're gonna come into our cardio flow. So I want you to use one weight for this. We're gonna lower down onto the back. And as always, remember you have the option to not use the weight at all. So we're gonna move first into a double crunch. So the weight is gonna come overhead. Option to keep the knees bent, toes will tap. So this is option 1, you're inhaling. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, crunch. Good, so you're lifting both the shoulders and the hips off the earth. If you wanna take it a little bit deeper, legs will extend when the arms extend. So the heels will hover, thumbs will hover. Exhale, crunch. Good, so take your time, grab the weight, and then we're gonna take this for 16. So inhale, extend, exhale, crunch. Good, inhale it out, exhale. Use the breath. Really squeezing the core at the top. Always remembering your option to modify. Hugging the navel in towards the spine, lower back stays flat. Good, halfway there, 8 more. Pausing at the top. Stay strong. 5 more. 3, 2, 1. Once you crunch it in, drop the shoulders down. The weight is coming above the shoulders. Legs will extend up towards the sky. We're going to find a toe reach. So you can flex or point the toes, whatever works. Take an inhale. Exhale, press the weight towards the toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Good, squeezing at the top. Good, that's 3. Try to keep the hips stable for 4. Lift for 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Try to keep the heels over the hips. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. That's 10. 8 more. 7. 6. 5. Almost there. 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1. Good, drop the shoulders down. From here, make sure you have a good grip on the weights. You're going to keep the elbows in line with the shoulders. You're going to take a bend in the elbows every time the heel drops to hover. We're going to take it one leg at a time. So arms start extended, legs start extended. When you're ready, right heel lowers to hover, elbows bend. Make sure you do not drop the weight. So inhale, extend, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the elbows, left heel lowers. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Good, inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left. Back and forth. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, halfway there. Keep the back of the neck on the mat. Use the breath. So inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Good, final 2 sets. Last one from side to side. Good, finding center, drop the weights, bend the knees, hug them into the chest, give yourself a hug, rock from side to side. And we are finished with the weights. So cross the shins, you're gonna roll it up, finding your tabletop, and then move it through a vinyasa. Feel free to take a few cat-cows if you have a tight low back. You stretch the abdominals as the belly lowers, chest lifts. Good, and then just find your downward facing dog. You can hold your down dog. You can move it through a vinyasa, finding your plank, your kneeling plank. Maybe pausing in your upward facing dog, maybe dropping the shoulders from side to side. And just eventually coming back into your downward facing dog. Good, so the feet are gonna stay put. We're gonna move into our cardio portion of class. So now we don't have to use the weights. Palms are walking back to meet the feet. As you inhale, lift the chest halfway, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Rise it all the way up to stand. Palms will meet overhead. Bend the elbows, thumbs to chest. Go to release the arms down by the sides. Heel toe the feet into touch. We're going to start off with a chair flow. If you prefer to have the feet hip distance, take the option. Good, so when you're ready, knees and inner thighs are going to squeeze together. You're going to sweep the floor with the fingertips and the weight back into the heels. Sweep the arms up and overhead. Good, so weight is always back in the heels in your chair pose. Maybe try to lift all 10 toes. Good, so this is our inhale. We're gonna lift the chest. Try to maintain the bend in the knees from this. On the exhale, you're gonna hinge forward, you're hinging from the hips, sweeping the fingertips down and back. When the arms are back, think of squeezing the pinkies together to work the triceps. So again, knees will stay bent. You're gonna inhale, arms reach up, chest lifts. Exhale, hinge and fold. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Good, 5 more, inhale. Exhale. Last 4, keep the weight back in the heels. Last 3, focus is on the breath. We want to try to lift the heart rate. Final 2, inhale, chest opens. Exhale, hinge, pull the pinkies in. Last 1. This time, rise all the way to stand, press to the heels, legs extend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway to lengthen. Pausing here, adjusting the feet so they're hip distance. You're gonna walk the palms out. This is our inhale. So we're moving from our forward fold to our plank. And then we're gonna exhale, walk the hands right back to the toes. Inhale, take it forward. We're here for 8. Squeeze the core. Exhale, walk it back. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, bring it back. Good, 6 more. Always using the breath. Inhale to walk forward. Exhale to bring it back. Strong core. Good, last 4. Working the hamstrings. Working the shoulders. Good, final 2. This is our last one. Hands will walk back towards the feet. You're gonna walk it all the way forward, finding your plank. And then we're gonna take plank jacks. So take the big toes to touch, take an inhale, and then when you're ready, you're gonna jack the feet out and in. So we're gonna take it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lowering onto the belly. We're gonna do a hand release push-up. So what that means is when the chest finds the mat, you're gonna lift the palms away from the mat, thinking about an upward facing dog, a cobra with the upper back. Option to lift just the hands, option to lift the toes as well. So we're gonna be here for 8. Palms pressed, toes are tucked. You're gonna inhale, lift, exhale, lower, body lifts, inhale, exhale, down. Hug the elbows in, inhale, exhale, drop, inhale, lift, exhale, lower. With your breath, option to drop the knees. Good, that's 3. Inhale, lift. 4 more. Last 3. Good, keep the gaze down so the back of the neck is long. Last 2. Last 1. Good, so once you come down onto the belly, we're gonna move now into a Superman cactus. So the tops of the feet are coming onto the mat. Arms are going to extend forward with the thumbs facing in, fingertips are spread. So take the forehead down to the mat, squeeze the quads. On the inhale, you're gonna lift the palms and the feet. On the exhale, you're gonna bend the elbows in, maybe lift slightly higher. So on your inhale, you may need to lower slightly, and then exhale, hug it back in. Good, so get set up, we're here for 8. We're inhaling, exhale, lift and squeeze. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, pull it in, that's 2. Inhale, extend, exhale, 3. Inhale, long, exhale, 4. Last 4. Good, move with the breath. Final 2. Last 1. Good, bring the palms down below the shoulders, press it up and back to your child's pose. Take a full breath. Good, release the low back. And then we'll shift it forward into our tabletop. Maybe flowing through a vinyasa, maybe simply lifting the hips. We're gonna move on to downward facing dog. We're gonna move into a plank flow. I'm gonna show you on this first round. I'm gonna show you with the left leg so that you can see. On the inhale, we're going three-legged down dog, left toes lift. On your exhale, you're shifting forward, left knee crosses under to tap the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, left foot steps outside the left pinky. On your inhale, hips will drop, chest will lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. So on the right, you'll inhale, lift. Exhale, cross it under and tap. Inhale, send it back to the sky. Exhale, step it into your lizard lunge. Inhale, drops the hips, lifts the chest. Exhale, you step it back. Good, so get set up here in your down dog. We're gonna go from side to side. So on your inhale, start with the right leg, sweep the toes to the sky. Exhale, cross it under, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Lizard on the right, right foot steps to the pinky. So you're dropping the hips, lifting the chest, inhale. Exhale, step it back. To the left, inhale up. Exhale, cross. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step it to the pinky. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the chest. Exhale, step it back. To the right, inhale, lift. Exhale, cross. Inhale, up. Exhale, lizard. Drop the hips, lift the chest. Exhale, step it back. That's 3. Inhale, up. Exhale, cross. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lizard. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step it back. Halfway there, inhale up. Exhale, cross. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step. Drop the hips, lift the chest. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, left. Exhale, cross. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step. Drop the hips, inhale. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, right. Exhale, cross. Inhale, extend. Exhale, step. Good, this is our last set. Inhale. Exhale, step it back. Inhale, left. Exhale, cross. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step. Drop the hips. Lift the chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here. Pedal through the feet. Move around how you need to. Good. From here, drop the knees down. We're going to lower onto our bellies. Stretching out the shoulders. So the right arm is going to extend out. Gazing over at the right thumb, you want it in line with the nose. Palm is facing towards the earth. Fingertips are spread. Right ear is coming to the mat. Left palm stays just below the left shoulder. Left elbow hugs in towards the rib. Left knee bends, toes point up. Take your inhale. Exhale, roll over onto the right side. Good, so the left toes can drop down, left heel can drop. Left hand can stay planted in front of you. Left hand can wrap around the low back. Left hand can catch the left knee. You can catch the big toe if that's available. Maybe even take the left hand back for the right, interlacing the fingers. Just breathing here into the shoulders. We did quite a bit of work on them. You want to take the time to stretch them out. Slowing down the breath. Last one. If you took any option with the left leg or the left hand, just let that go. Left fingertips will come down. Slowly drop the left hip, and we're just gonna switch. So the left leg extends, left arm comes out. Right palm pulls in below the shoulder, right knee bends, and then you're just rolling over onto the left side. So you can stay on the right toes, you can ground the right heel. Right palm can stay planted in front of the body. Right arm can wrap around the lower back. Maybe take the right hand to the right knee. Maybe extend the right leg straight. Again, breathing wherever you are. One One final breath on this side. And then slowly starting to unwind. Release any option that you took. Right leg extends, press through the palms, pressing it up. And then we're gonna come into a seated position in the center of the mat, just stretching out the hips and the thighs. So you're gonna scoot up, we're gonna find a seated figure four. So the fingertips are coming back behind the hips, just so you can send the shoulders back. Right foot will stay planted, left knee comes in, left foot flexes, and then you're taking the outside of the left ankle just above the right knee. So you can use the hands here to adjust the feet if you need. Keep flexing through the left foot. So you can stay just like this if this works. If you want a little bit more, you have a few options. The hands can walk in closer to the hips. So this is bringing the chest closer towards the left shin. Good, making sure that the shoulders aren't creeping up towards the ears. You really want to drop them down to keep a tall chest. If you still need more, the right heel is pulling in towards the right hip. I think you're probably feeling a nice stretch right about now. Sending the left knee forward. If you still need more, feel free to take it even deeper, pulling the sternum closer towards the left shin, pulling the right heel closer towards the right hip. One final breath. And then we're just gonna release. So if you pull the right heel in, just inch it forward, maybe walk the fingertips back so the shoulders reach, and then we'll just stamp the left foot down. Switching sides, right knee pulls into the chest, foot flexes, ankle comes just above the left knee. Maybe this is where you are. Maybe the hands walk in. And then notice the wrists. If you have any pressure in the wrists, you can flip the palms to face out. You can flip the fingertips to face towards the hips, maybe the back of the room. So again, finding your comfortable stretch, finding your limit. Keeping up with your breathing. Slowly start to walk the hands back, maybe inch the left heel forward. Unwinding the legs here, coming into a cross-legged position, sitting up tall. So grounding through the hips. If you have a block or something nearby, maybe a blanket, you can prop it underneath the hips. On the inhale, arms will sweep up and overhead, palms meet. On the exhale, bend the elbows, thumbs to chest. 2 more times. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bend. Again, inhale, arms lift. Exhale, bend the elbows. From here, we're just gonna walk the fingertips forward. So fingertips come in front of the shins, just taking the hands forward, maybe walking the hands wide enough so there's space for the shoulders to drop. Maybe resting the forehead to the mat, maybe even bringing the elbows down to brace the upper body. Keeping that slow, steady breath, taking one more here. And then carefully starting to release. Walking the hands in, sitting up tall. Feel free to take any more stretches that you need to. Feel free to take a few moments down on the back. That's all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you drink lots of water. And again, make sure you stretch. Thank you guys. Namaste.